Greetings, starseeds and lightworkers. Ava here, and today we have an interesting question around déjà vu. And the question is, can you talk about the phenomena of déjà vu? What is it? What is actually happening in those moments when we experience déjà vu? Any insights are appreciated. Sarah, thank you for this question, Sarah. And those who are new here, welcome. And I'm going to go ahead and go out and put you in touch with the Pleiadians. Here we go. Greetings, DiYeena of the Pleiadian Family. We are here to bring the love today, and we have a question here from one of our viewers here around the concept what you call the déjà vu. You see, we like this question. You see, because what is really you're really curious about these moments in time in your experience of time, where it feels like you've already been here and done that sort of thing. You see. Or you have this moment where it almost feels like you're standing outside of time, you see, and it feels like you are in this almost like a bubble, or you're kind of feeling around, and you're like, what is happening in this moment? What is this? You see, and it's very confusing for the mind, because in one sense you are feeling yourself with your feet on the ground, having this moment in another world, another way. You are feeling almost otherworldly, you see. And so there is something happening, almost feels like a glitch in the system, you see, or something happening in a way that does not make sense to the mind. So let's see what we can do to help the mind, you see. We laugh because this seems to be all we ever do for you humans is to help the mind. You see, one day it will shift a little bit. You see, you'll be more asking questions about the heart and wanting to know more about how that works, because you will realize your own power here, and you'll be realizing how much you have forgotten to ask about in the other places that are actually more important. And it turns out to be what it means to create from these places, and what you can actually do when you are working in conscious awareness of what is actually in your form. You see, it is quite humorous. You see, so we play in the world of the mind as well, and this seems to be where we are at today. So this is what we ask about. You see, this is what we answer. So you want to know about the déjà vu. So what you are really experiencing, which many of you maybe can guess, who have been watching the DiYeena for a little while now, you see, we talk about the parallel lives, you see, not the past lives, you see, because what you experience as time has a past, a present, and a future. But what is really going on, you see, is it's all happening in the now, you see, in the parallel, in the time of now. See, because it is timeless, you see. So the more expansion you have in your understanding and your participation in the multidimensionality of what is, the more you are present to these other dimensions and these other places where you also exist. You see. So what is happening in those moments? You're having little pockets of awareness and moments where you are realizing or having a moment of recognizing a space and a place where you are existing in another world, in another timeline, in another dimension, you see. And so what that looks like, because you have different parts of your soul split off into these different lives, you see, into 12 different lives in this particular for consistency, we'll say that, you see, but there's many more. But for the purpose of your own soul's journey on this planet for you, you have about 12, you see, that are all kind of playing and working things out together on these different dimensions, you see. And so what is happening then is you're oftentimes, not always, not so always, but oftentimes you are playing out a similar place in the circuitry with similar people, same souls, same situations, even, you see, where you're working out specific what you would call here like a karma, or like an issue, or something that needs to be addressed, or what you call healed, you see, or worked through. You see, you're playing out these moments in the timelines, in the dimensions, and choosing different outcomes and seeing how it goes, so to speak, you see. And so it's just part of the play. But so what is happening then when you're experiencing, wow, I'm really having this time where I feel like we've been here before and we've had this conversation, and what you're tuning into in that moment is a little bit of break in the glass ceiling, so to speak, where you are tapping in to that particular point of dimensionality, where you are feeling yourself in that other dimension, potentially having that exact same moment with that exact same person, and maybe a little bit different outcome, but you are really having an awareness, a conscious physical awareness of your multidimensionality and your ability to play in all these worlds simultaneously. You see, so that is a simple way to talk about it, to see what is happening there. And it's a little bit confusing because we are so used to playing out in the past, present, future horizontal view of time. You see, but when we take it more vertical and expand it into the cylindrical aspects, then you begin to get a little more fuller of a picture. You see, and it's easier to say, oh, I see. I'm experiencing, the soul is choosing this experience and multiple points of reality in this very moment, you see. And you're just simply becoming more intuitive to those moments, you see. So when you are a little bit earlier in your journey, you see, so to speak, and again, we're working with this concept of your time, but just for your own mind to wrap it around. You see, you are really looking at the ways in which you are, when you're earlier in the journey, you're really maybe not so aware of these multidimensionality places within yourself. But the more you begin to open up, the more your DNA begins to waken up. You see, the more you begin to open up and realign in all the different ways and turn on your light body and all the frequencies and begin that process into the 5D, so to speak, what you like to call here. Well, that is a little bit of what is happening. You see, you're just tuning into more of the multidimensionality, and so you're more available. You're more available for to have those moments. You see. And so even when it seems like, well, I know people that have deja vu that are not quote unquote spiritual at all. Well, there is no such thing as somebody not being spiritual. It is just not the case, you see, because we are all part of the same. So it is. And even the ones that seem like they are completely lost or not really tuned in or this or that. It is a choice. It is a conscious choice to have that particular experience, and they are playing an important role in the play of it all, you see. So we never judge. You see, we never judge others on where they are at, you see, or think that we are better or worse than somebody else along our journey, because it is all necessary. It's like cogs in the clock. You see, if you don't have one little cog, and maybe it's the tiniest cog on the whole, in all of the cogs, you see, but if it is not there, or it is broke or something like this, you see, the whole clock is broke, you see. It doesn't not tell the time, it doesn't work, you see. So all the parts are important, you see, and they're all working together in a synergistic way. And the more that you become aware of this synergy, the more fun it is, the more fun you have. Because you're able to play more in the consciousness and not get so tied up in the... You're not so taking it so personally. You see, you are more in the play of it all. And it is really a much more fun and fluid way to go about it, you see. So we hope that gives you a little bit of a taste of what you call the déjà vu, and to just put the mind at the ease, you see, because when we, maybe one day we will have asked all the questions that have to do with the mind, you see, and then we'll have no choice but to go after the heart questions, you see. We'll see how it goes with you guys. So we love you very much. We like to play a little bit, as you can see, and we will be here again hopefully next week, you see. We'll see. We love you very, very dearly, and we will see you soon. Blessings. I trust that message was exactly what you needed to hear today. And if you liked it, you know what to do. And I just am so grateful for all of you here in this community and for your love and support over the time. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so and share this with your friends. You know, let's grow this community a little bit bigger and spread the love. All right, I'll see you all next week. Bye for now.